so this video is going to be my autumn 2016 wrap up. As usual, these aren't all the books that I read during autumn, these are just the ones that haven't featured in other videos, but if you'd like full-length reviews of any of them, just let me know. And as usual, all of the books will be linked in the description bar, so let's get straight into it. So the first book that I read during autumn was Wonder Woman The War Years 1941 to 1945 by Roy Thomas, presenting over 20 classic full-length Wonder Woman tales from the DC Comics vault. It's this big chunky monkey here. It's quite big, it's very heavy. This isn't the cheapest thing in the world either, but it is a collection of Wonder Woman comics, starting with her very first one, which I loved reading. It's very big, very graphic, proper kind of comic book art style. I wanted this because I wanted to read the first ones. I wanted to read the original. I wanted to basically compare the new ones with the original ones, and I really liked this. Some were hits, some were amazing. I loved the first couple. I thought they were amazing, and I loved seeing her abilities and what she could do, and she amazed me. I thought she was amazing, and especially for that time period as well, you know, such a strong, ferocious woman, you know, fighting off, in this she's fighting off the enemy as well as other people as well, and yeah, it's fantastic to read, but some were missed as well. So in the end I gave this, well, I marked it as 3-star, but it's kind of like 3.5 because some were amazing and great and deserve 5-star, some were kind of like a 2-star, so I gave it 3.5. And I would say, because it is a bit expensive, I think this is around £20-ish, something like that, if I can remember rightly. So only get this if you're really a lover of Wonder Woman, although I think they do Batman and Superman as well, so if you're interested in either of those, then yes, get your hands on them. Otherwise, if you're not that great a fan, then don't bother, or see if they've got it at your local library. Next is a graphic novel, and it is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie graphic novel. I own quite a few of these, and I was really happy to get my hands on them. I had to get this one second hand, but I pretty much paid the full price of it. I don't know if they've stopped selling these, you know, retail, because I'm struggling to find lots of them, but this is what this one looks like. This is the artwork inside. Now this is what I had a problem with. The actual storyboard and everything I loved. I thought it was really good because, you know, you've only got 50 pages to adapt the whole book, and I thought they did that really well. I think that deserved 5 out of 5 stars. However, the art style I wasn't that keen on, and in particular the colours that they used. They used a lot of these dark reds, or they used some like blues and these greens and things like that, and it actually made the visibility of the pictures quite difficult, and yeah, I just wasn't that keen. I wish they'd just done more neutral colours like they did throughout other parts of the book, but yeah. So I gave this 3 stars because although the storyboard deserved 5, the artwork probably deserved like a 1 or a 2. So yeah, sorry. The next book that I picked up was Catherine Howard by Lacey Baldwin Smith. I just wanted to pick up a book on one of Henry VIII's 6 wives just because I fancied it, really. This book was good. I wasn't too keen on the early part of the book. I felt there was a lot to do with the Howards and the family, and I'm like, yeah, alright, but not too much on Catherine and how she sits in the family. But I really liked the latter half of the book. I thought that was really good and really addictive. The only thing is the writing style does sit like how you think a non-fiction book sits. It's not, you know, addictive in style, it's not emotionally engaging type of thing, but it is good. It is a good book. So if you haven't read it and you want a good book on Catherine Howard in a more traditional non-fiction sense, then yeah, this is a good one. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Then on my Kindle I picked up Arthur, Prince of the Roses, an exclusive 6 Queens e-short by Alison Weir. Ooh, glare. Glare, glare, go away. Is that better? Yeah? No? I don't know. I picked this up because I wanted to read the Six Wives book by Alison, Weir, the one on Catherine of Aragon, which is the first one, but this comes first, so I thought I'd pick this up. This I thought was good, but it was really short. It was like really short, and it felt a little bit rushed to me, particularly the ending, and I wanted a bit longer, to be honest. So I gave 3 out of 5 stars because it was good. It just needs to be longer, that's all it is. I know it was an e-short, but it was very short, and it just felt a little bit rushed, and I wanted more time with Arthur because I was really falling for him. Then I picked up an Agatha Christie, and I picked up Towards Zero. This is quite a famous standalone where there's an older woman and she has kind of her family come to the house, and then she gets murdered and beaten to death, basically. Dun dun dun, who did it? I'm not going to tell you who did it because that would ruin it for you. It's good. Okay, it's good. I'm finding the standalones a little bit hit and miss, and this was a bit of a miss for me. It wasn't her greatest work, but it's good, and if you haven't read it, you should, because it's good. So after that Agatha Christie, I was in a mood for another murder mystery, but I picked up this one, which is To Davy Jones Below by Carola Dunn. I have no idea however you pronounce her name. This is part of the Daisy Dalrymple series. This book was okay. This is basically a murder happening on a ship. Now, I don't like boats. I have a fear of boats. I have a fear of open water, which is a bit ridiculous seeing as I'm a swimmer, but I do. And I don't know whether that put me off, and if case, that's probably a bit weird, but yeah, I just didn't like it. It was alright. It just wasn't great. It wasn't as good as the last one that I read. Can't remember what that's called, but that was good. Yeah, it was just alright. Would I recommend it? No. Sorry, but I wouldn't. But it was alright. Yeah. Meh. Then after that, I thought, do you know what? I still fancy a murder mystery, but I'm going to go back to a great. I'm going to Agatha Christie. This is The Seven Dials Mystery. This was really good. So there's basically a man who's in this big grand house with his friends and family and whatnot, and he loves to sleep. So his friends thought, you know what, I'm going to do a practical joke on him, and they're going to get a collection of alarm clocks all to go off at the same time to wake him up, but he doesn't wake up. The reason why? He's been murdered. Dun dun dun. Yeah, this is really good. It's really good. It was fun and it was addictive. It's not as good as some of her others, but it is really good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and if you haven't read it, you should. This was definitely a hit on the Agatha Christie standalones. Read it. Next, I did a buddy read with the lovely Ange from Beyond the Pages, whose channel I will link down below. She's a lovely YouTuber who reads lots of classic books, as well as the odd contemporary here and there, and if you like my channel, you'll like hers too. Now, we buddy read this book, which is another Angela Thirkle. I have no idea how you pronounce it. Is it Pamphlet? Towers? I don't know. It's been a while since I've read this now, and I've completely forgot what it's about. I remember I fell for this one girl who, if I remember rightly, her and her brother are invited to go to said tower to stay, and she's like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, and I kind of fall for her. What's her name? Is it Alice? It's Alice. It is Alice. Yeah, probably should have done my research before the video. It was alright. It was okay. But as you can see, it's been a while since I've read it, and it's kind of fell out my head a bit. So I gave it 3 stars. It was good. Wasn't her best. I still prefer Wild Strawberries, to be honest. So yeah, but if you like Angela Thirkle, then you'll like it. And then lastly, I picked up Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, the graphic novel, Are You Immune to the Darcy Appeal? This is by Campfire, and ooh, blurry. This is a graphic novel of Pride and Prejudice, funny enough. Here it is inside, here are some pictures. Now, I'm going to be honest, okay? This looks nice on the outside, and when you first flick through it, you think, oh, it's nice, nice watercolour, images-y type thing. Yeah. When you get up close, it's not as great, which is a little bit annoying. Some of the faces aren't that developed, particularly if they're quite far away. They're just really sketchy. They don't seem that consistent. And it is literally the graphic novel of Pride and Prejudice. They've literally taken the book Pride and Prejudice and put it here. So it's almost word for word. which is good if you don't want to read the full-length novel. If you think, oh, either I've tried it before and haven't got on with it, maybe try this, or if you just don't fancy it, reading a big 300-page book, then read this. So that is what this one is. It's not, you know, it hasn't been adapted, it's just been literally picked up from the novel, put into the graphic novel, which is fine, you know, it's good. I gave it 3 stars because it's good. It is what it is. It is Jane Austen's book, so I think I would have preferred something to have its own twist and have really defining imagery. But there we go. So there we have it. That's all the books that I read during autumn. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what did you think of them. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now. So take care, everybody, and I shall see you soon for the next video. Bye for now.